Greetings, welcome to my channel. Sweet cards. Wanting to communicate, is that what that indicates? Anyway, what I've been hearing lately is that you may be feeling like you may be getting judged excessively harshly for perhaps recent events that resulted in a fallout with a connection on your mind. And when I was preparing for this reading, I saw in my mind's eye a single rose, and I heard, you may not be, the main perpetrator, but that may not mean that you're completely innocent either. Know when to take accountability. So, you may have had a role to play, even if it was relatively minor, in Five of Swords. Yeah. Maybe you're this is the main perpetrator, you're the person in the background. Perhaps you knew what was going on. Someone connected to you who had it out for this person was, say, going around telling lies on them, or maybe you believed them and now you are feel like you're being judged for believing lies or something like that. And I guess the person on your mind may be feeling like you should have listened to your intuition. If it's something relatively minor like that, then there is some level of accountability to be taken there. Did a small part of you, did you ever feel a niggling in your gut telling you there's something wrong? Oh, I know better. I know this person better than what this third party is telling me. Why am I listening to it? Was there ever a part of you that said that part you can take accountability for? It's a small thing, but you can open up and be honest to that I shouldn't have listened to this person. It was wrong for me to believe them so easily, right? Or if this third party was trying to actively plot to spread rumors and orchestrate something bad happening to the person on your mind, and you stood back and you were too afraid to push back, that's another thing you can take accountability for. Oh, I was too scared to push back. I should have said something, and this person I care about was being put in danger in some sort of way, whether physically or just emotionally and mentally, right? Reputationally. And that's integrity. You can admit when you had a moment of weakness and a lack of integrity at that moment. And you can ask yourself why that was. Why was I afraid to push back? Why was I afraid to question things more? Perhaps you have a lifelong conditioning of never pushing back on authority, or never causing ripples in the water in a social situation, not wanting to disturb the peace. And I certainly can relate to that. And perhaps, you didn't necessarily need to cause a fight in the situation, but you could have stepped away and not participated. If you were standing by, knowing things were going on, you could have counteracted it somehow, or warned the other person if something was going to happen, something like that. Or, if the third party was trying to get a broader circle of other people to believe lies or anything like that, or participate in something, maybe talk to them on the side, be like, this is unnecessary. Any number of things from small to big, because, I believe in the legal world, if you know a crime is happening and you stand idly by watching it happen, that would make you an accessory to a crime in the physical, mundane criminal justice system. Anyway, so, and I think the flower I saw could connect to romantic feelings and thoughts you have towards this person on your mind, but it's also, I think, about blooming, growing into better understanding of a certain situation, of yourself and your choices, right? And learning to acknowledge any mistakes and errors and lapses in judgment that you may have made, right? All right, so what have we got? Yeah. Winning at all costs, maybe maybe, yeah, that you were this bystander in the background. You didn't know what to do. You were too afraid to push back, something like that. And you felt, in context of this card, maybe you felt hemmed in, imprisoned, right? That would be more of the Nine of Swords card, but perhaps this was the third party, the prison warden, right? That's how they were making you feel, this accessory, this accomplice, kind of stuck in the background going along with things. Yeah, you and this third party maybe were stuck in a karmic cycle of doing, negative things towards others, participating. They're blindfolded. That means that's about operating out of your unconscious ego for when you're just focused on gaining accolades and acclaim and social status, or it could also be chained to addictions, maybe substance abuse problems of some sort, alcohol, or even, say shopping addictions, which ties into the social status pursuits. Yeah, okay, chained to the pursuit of maybe wealth and physical abundance, material abundance. And that was the underlying motivation for this third party's actions. Trying to stay on top of the world, trying to stay the big honcho, right? And wanting to keep this connection on your mind pushed down, right? Knocked down a peg in this third party's view. Yeah, and this is about connecting to your intuition and listening to your gut deep down. What's your soul telling you is the right thing to do? What was the right thing to do that you may at this point be thinking coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? And that's like flowers of growth coming down from heaven, like your spirit, and the universe is trying to sprinkle these nuggets of wisdom and knowledge and hindsight into your brain, into your heart, in order to embrace the truth of your soul, your gut, your feelings, your heart, and accept any surface defeats maybe from this person that you may have to go through and just deal with in order to learn and grow. After I referenced a wildfire last time. Let the wildfire burn everything down so the forest can grow anew, right? Yeah, another 5. Conflict, fighting. You may have been, roped into an attack, like spiritual attack of some sort on this, feminine energy who is, just focused on their own thing, focused on their own world, focused on their personal stability and abundance, and, staying in their lane. Yeah, and the universe is trying to help you get that new start. Single flower. What was I just saying? What did I see when I started? So, the forest can grow anew. And you might have to go that alone in order to come into mastery of your own intuition and understanding and ability to communicate your personal truth. Yeah. The universe is leading you to understanding, and you want to be able to communicate that. And you're trying to figure out a way forward to, send a message. Okay. What would I like to do next? I think I'll go with my Wild Mystic. Oh, another thing I've been getting lately, I keep thinking about horses. A lone horse, a white horse that's wandering astray. Like a feral horse. And also like that movie, The Last Unicorn, a unicorn in disguise. And horses are about, spiritual meaning of horses is about strength, power, learning your own strength and power. And power with gentleness is what I read. And so learning how to navigate, set your boundaries, assert yourself, assert your rights with gentleness, with tact, to navigate through situations like that in the future. Rest, okay, that fits in. Rest after a trying situation. and help yourself gain a stronger connection to your own intuition. That kind of lines up with the Hermit a little bit. Rest on your own, take some time alone. Oh, what a horse with flowers. Trust yourself, right? When you're in your guts, power, right? What was I just saying? Trust your own power, the power of your own judgment and your own gut, right? Have a care for your personal inner emotional world and your connections. This connection, let's say care, moving. What was I saying? Navigating through these challenging social situations with tact and understanding. And the skull makes me think of knowing when to let things go that no longer serve you, right? Believe. I think that ties in with trusting yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to make your own way without influence from negative types trying to keep power over you and others. Work to preserve your sense of peace and a sense of peace for this connection. Yeah, wisdom. Yeah, what the universe is trying to teach you. What's your soul trying to teach you? Transform. What was I just talking about with the forest fires, right? The forest fire kind of like raises through and it like purifies everything. It gives the forest a clean slate to rebirth itself. Maybe one more set of cards. Since I'm talking about animals a bit today, I'll go with my other animal deck. Woodland Wardens. Boundaries. What was I just saying? I just mentioned boundaries, and there's other large flowers blooming there. Porcupine. Yeah, know when to protect yourself. And use your discernment. Trust your personal judgment, your gut, in discerning who to protect yourself from. Do you need to protect yourself from this connection on your mind that you're feeling bad about, or from this third party who is trying to destroy this connection and your opinion of it? Learning how to discern and assert boundaries towards negative influences on your psyche, and trusting in your own power, believing yourself to another horse. Look, will help turn your luck around. And it's a long haul. It's a slow process to get better at that. Start listening to your own gut, your own intuition, and learning to hold boundaries with people to protect your energy and your peace. Ooh, romance. That ties in with what I was saying at the beginning with regard to the rose. But keep pushing forward, modest fortitude. Keep trying again. Every time you feel yourself getting pulled back, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again. Try again. That's Aaliyah. I forget the name of the song. But it's about, if at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again. That fits right in with regard to learning to listen to your own intuition, your own spirit, learn the lessons your soul wants you to learn, and even possibly regards to the connection on your mind and reestablishing trust. Introspection. What was I saying? Look within. Why you made certain choices. Maybe why did you lack the strength to push back or do more to protect this connection and this person and yourself? You may have wounds that need healing. Like I said, you may have been conditioned going back to early childhood to never push back, never question authority, never create problems in a social situation, just let things go. Even when, someone is being negatively impacted, someone innocent could be being harmed in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just socially and reputationally. Preparation. Wisdom again. Now, hops are associated with beer, but without the fermentation into like a 13% IPA or whatever. they are associated with purification, and they do have like antibacterial properties, so they're actually healthy. Like hot water would be healthy for you. That's a thing that gets sold. Maybe look into that. If maybe alcohol is a weakness for you, check out hop water. I actually like it. It's refreshing. It does taste a little more like tea. Independence. Yeah, assert your independence. And this ties in with the hermit and setting boundaries. Maybe you need to prepare to be independent. Prepare yourself in some way, whether it's like actually moving, getting a lawyer, whatever it needs to be. Trust in the invisible. Trust again came right out under this one. Look at that. Make your way slowly. Protect yourself with a discerning shell against the bad actors, and trust and say your soul and your heart and your gut towards the connection on your mind. Okay, I'll go with some angel numbers today to close out. What do you recommend for the collective going forward? Ooh, 777. Trust again. Wow. Face fears, right? What are you afraid of? What makes you afraid of pushing back, disturbing the peace, or even, just a little bit of this isn't a good idea, right? Trust the divine. 777. Your angels are asking you to release fear of the unknown. Trust the universe and give up control over what's going to happen next. They're telling you not to fear the future, but rather to embrace it with faith that it's all in your best interest. It is perfect in design, brought to you by your most trusted guides. Go into an easy sitting position with your hands upturned on your knees for a few moments as you honor your faith in the future. All right, trust in the universe. Trust in your own soul to guide you where you need to go and guide you into your best future. Be steadfast. What's that? That lines right up with modest fortitude. 599. Fortify your mindset. Your angels are asking, that fits right in with this snail, asking you to reconsider a belief you currently have. Yeah, maybe what I've been talking about this whole time. Are you conditioned to accept like a certain way, certain groups around you just think and talk and behave, and even if it harms innocent people, right? You're conditioned not to push back on it because that's like offensive. The present situation is calling you to change your mind about something in order to align with who you authentically are. Introspection, right? Healing wounds. Being steadfast and secure in your own wisdom and in your own intuitive wisdom is necessary now. Write down what is important to your soul at this time and reflect on how you can stay true to that in the days to come, even as you may shift your beliefs to harmonize with what you hold true within. Okay, one more. Popped right out. Important relationships. That fits right in with this romance card. 411. See value in those that you love. You are called to select one relationship to you and nurture it in an attentive and loving way. Think about how to tell a loved one how much you care for them, appreciate them, and see them in your life. Make time for them today as you communicate how important they are to you. That fits right in with that Ace of Swords. And yeah, tending to this connection on your mind with love and care can include reaching out to communicate your accountability. All right. If you've made it this far into the reading, please drop a heart in the comments, click like, subscribe to the channel. I hope that this has helped someone out there today. I will see you next time.